Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. I wanted to bring you guys an update on Litecoin, and we're going to probably look at the weekly a little bit, the daily, maybe get in some lower time frames like 8 hour, 12 hour, some of that type of stuff. But I just wanted to bring this to you. I know many of you guys are discouraged right now. You're wondering what the heck's going on with Litecoin. There's been so much good news for it, and the price just hasn't been basically... I don't even know how to say it, guys. It just hasn't been comparing to what's taking place in terms of all the positive advances that Litecoin has been having. I guess that's the best way that I can say it. Right now we're at $130, but what I do see here, we could kind of be putting in a double bottom, and I want to show this to you. So we're going to go to the horizontal line here. Now this is what we have to hold right there. Do you see where we touched it right here? We came close here, but we touched it here. We went up, we came back down, we touched it again. So that's really important that we hold this. And as you guys can see down here at the time, we have about, what, 2.5 hours or so before it closes. So it's really important that we close up above this line right here. We do not want to drop down and make a lower low, if that makes sense. So guys, that's going to be a really important spot. And we also have this 786 level here at 125. So those are kind of the last stops. If we break through this, then we would look for some type of support off the 786 around 125. That would be really crucial for us. But guys, right now, if I can show you this as well on the RSI, you can see we're exactly about at that 40 right there, and that's the line we've been talking about. You see how we came down, almost hit it here, we came back up, came back down, hit it again, came up, hit it here. So what I'm hoping for is that we've been oversold at this point and that we can make a little bit of a run now, because I was looking at the 4-hour chart and we were oversold on the 4-hour chart. So guys, I'm sorry, my battery's dead here. Let me plug it in quick. Okay, sorry about that. So really pay attention to that, and you can see another trend line that we want to pay attention to on the RSI right here. We need to bounce off this and break that overall trend line. So that's a really big deal. And let me draw that on the chart as well for us. So we're going to pay attention to that about right there. We need to come back up through it. So that's going to be really important for us as well. But guys, you see, hit it here, hit it here, hit it here, and now it's time to move. It's time to break up out and through that. So that's a really big deal, guys. This is a heck of a sell-off that we had. A retracement basically down to the 786 is a very deep retracement from that double top 185 that we talked about, that tweezer top. And that's why I talked about it was so important to take profits there, because we saw the RSI was getting up there. We had our tweezer tops. We had confirmation of the candles. So there was many reasons to get out here and anticipate a pullback. So the next thing I want to look at, I'm going to get the Fibonacci off here. So that's our overall trend line. Just really pay attention to that. And we want to hold that bottom here. And that candle is not looking the most friendly. Right now, you can kind of see that tweezer at the bottom, so we need this to get bought back up a little bit more and close up above this line. Really big deal. So let's check our MACD next. I wanted to look at that with you guys. And believe me, guys, it's so much more fun to make these videos when everybody's making money, the price is going up. It's tough right now. It's just been a tough market. You can see we've been in the negative here on the MACD since... we had that actual cross on the 9th of May, and then we started to bend over right up here around the 6th. So since the 6th of May, we've kind of been in this downtrend that we've been dealing with. Then we're talking about how we were kind of getting a little bit of bullish divergence here, but that's how I drew it yesterday, and you can kind of see that wick poking down through there, which we don't want. We want this to get smaller so that it can flip back over to the positive. You see right here how it flipped over to the positive? That's what we need to happen. So let's keep our eyes on that, guys. And I want to check our Bollinger Bands. Okay, so our Bollinger Bands, you can see how wide that is right there, and that was just from the volatility. When it starts to contract, that's when you start to see things get a little bit tighter and there can be an explosive move or a breakout. But right now, you can see our middle band is around $148. So that's overhead resistance as well that we need to get up, and we need to turn this into support. And this was another sign, guys, just so you can see. So do you see these tweezer tops? Another good sign to sell. You see how we are out of the top of this Bollinger Band? Along with other Western indicators and candles and things like that, that would have told you that is the time to get out. Just like when you see these Bollinger Bands, when these tweezers went through the bottom, then we ran up and we tested this middle band. So typically when you see wicks or whatnot come down to the bottom or poke through, could be a good opportunity to buy. If you see them at tops like that, it may be a good opportunity to sell. So really pay attention to these Bollinger Bands right here. So guys, let's go down to, let's see, let's go to the 8 hour, see what that's looking like. So you can kind of see how we have been oversold. You see at the bottom right here of this Bollinger Band, how this candle's breaking through it. So most likely we could get a little bit of a run here. It's going to depend on the volume. We need a lot of volume. But in terms of Bollinger Band, see right here, it broke through, we ran up. Broke through here, we ran up. So really pay attention to these things and keep an eye on that middle band, because if we start to run up, we need to get up above that. So pay really close attention to that. Let's check the RSI on that. Okay, guys, so the RSI is getting, it's not completely oversold yet. That would be more so like that 20, 25, this or that. But we are at 36 right now. So we are below that 40 that we always talk about that's really crucial. So this would be our 40 right here. So obviously some moves need to happen. Some good volume needs to come in. And then I wanted to check our stock RSI. Stochastic RSI. Okay, so on the 8 hour, we're at 22 and 34. And let's check that on the daily. I forgot to do that. So on the daily, we're at 17 and 18. So we're oversold, guys. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just been such a lack of volume in the market right now. Right here, let's take that. Do you see that? Right there. Do you see just that volume that has just been going down? So I'm hoping for some more volume to come in. Obviously, these are good prices to buy at for the long term, guys. 129. I mean, you can't beat that for Litecoin. We have seen it up around $400 before. So it's just been really slammed down. And just pay attention to that, because if you do have the money, I know people have been saying, you know, buy the dips, this or that. This would be a good time to put some money in. And I am not your financial advisor by any type of means, but I'm just saying this is a really good price for Litecoin. You know, I still have the projection of it going to $1,000 by the end of the year. I think it can happen when we see this institutional money come in, but we almost do need more regulation, so the institutional money will come in. The institutional money doesn't want to mess with all the ledgers and doing this and that and everything that we've had to do, if that makes sense. So we need good regulated exchanges. As much as I hate to say that, we do, so that the bigger money can come in. And you can see, guys, we're just dropping right now, 128.77. That is an ugly candle right there. So we actually may break down through it unless something happens here in the next, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is. So I wish I could bring you better news, guys. It's obviously a good buying opportunity. Everything is low right now. Remember, you want to buy low and sell high. I know it sounds a lot easier than it actually is, and a lot of people panic when the prices get down this low. But if you're thinking like a contrarian, this would be the time to buy. Everything's oversold. We're looking at $128 on Litecoin right now, and it's just been the rest of the market's been rocked as well. But keep your eyes peeled. Pay attention. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you guys some better news, but God bless each and every one of you, and I'll keep doing these updates. I'm not going to hide from the market like some people do. Some people, the market gets down, and then they say, oh, I'm not going to make a video, or I don't want to talk about it. You know, guys, this is part of it. This is something that we'll be able to look back when the prices do run, and we'll be thrilled, and we'll say, hey, do you remember when it was 128? And you guys will be saying, oh, man, we should have been buying more. We should have been buying more. That's how it happens, but we have just been trapped in this overall, let's see it, I want to show it to you guys. This overall downtrend has just been wicked for 5 months or so. Let's see. I'm going to get the Bollinger Bands off here. And I'm sorry for doing a longer video, but I just want to talk to y'all. I enjoy it. So, We'll just go from this wick here, and now you can see kind of what we're running into right there. So do you see this overall trend that we have to break again? And typically when we break those trends, guys, we've run. So before, when we had this one like that, we had a little bit of a breakout. Do you see when we broke that trend there? And some people would also take it like this. Let's shoot it like this as well. I'll just show you guys kind of stuff I do when I'm playing around with these charts. So let's go off the actual closes here. So about right in there. And when we crossed that, we had that run up because we crossed it around 135, 136, and we ended up going up to that 185. So look for us to come back up and either test this, then we could break back down, or see if we can get through it finally. But it's going to take good volume. This volume is just not there. And that's where we need the institutional investors, guys. Retail investors are not going to get us the prices that we want. You can see the volume has just been creeping down, and that's since February the 14th is when we had the last big volume spike come in. So guys, take care. God bless each and every one of you. I know this is controlled by Bitcoin, so we really have to hope that that will come around as well, kind of spark the market. But, you know, I've been looking into other things as well. Like I told you, some of those pharmaceutical stocks or penny stocks, different things like that. So just stay diversified and look at some other things as well. Kind of take your mind off this, go for a walk, do some other things. But just take care, guys. God bless you.